So the question says that Anika and Prerna invest in the ratio 4:5. So Anika and Prerna, they have started a business with the initial investment, which is in the ratio of 4:5. And after 6 months, Shikha joins the business investing an amount which is equal to Prerna's amount. At the end of the year, what will be the ratio in which the profits will be divided? So it's a very basic concept of partnerships. Okay. Let's see who will be the person who will be the first person who will be giving me the answer. There's a very basic question on partnerships. Okay, another few seconds and then we'll have a small discussion on this. Okay, let's have a look at this. Now, this is a very basic question, and yes, definitely, there are very less chances that this type of question will appear in CAT examination. But from the point of view of other examinations like SNAP or Narsi Munji or MSCT, yes, this question you can see in your exam. Okay. Also, I'm covering all these questions so that you will be able to understand or brush up all the concepts that you have prepared. Okay. So in this case, the business started by A and P, Anika and Prerna, and they have invested the money. So capital, they have invested the capital in the ratio 4:5. So I'll assume that the money invested by them is 4x and 5x respectively. Okay. Now they kept this money for 6 months, and after 6 months, Shikha joins the business, and the capital of Shikha is equal to the capital of Prerna. So it is equal to 5x. Okay, so when Shikha started, already 6 months have been elapsed, and now they're talking about the end of the year. So Shikha joined the business 6 months after Anika and Prerna. So total duration for which Anika and Prerna were present will be the entire year, that is 12 months. Okay, so 12 months each for Anika and Prerna, and Shikha was there in the business for the last 6 months because Shikha joined the business after 6 months. Okay, so Shikha was there in the business only for 6 months. So this is the time period. All right. Now the ratio in which the total profit will be divided at the end of the year will be the ratio of the products of capital and the time period. Okay, so for Anika, it will be 48x. For Prerna, it is 60x. And for Shikha, it is 30x. All right. So basically what I have done is I have multiplied the capital and the time period. And now I'll calculate the simplified ratio of these three values. 48x, 60x and 30x. अब यहाँ से common क्या आ जाएगा? I can take 6x common. Okay. So the ratio will be 8 is to 10 is to 5. So I'll calculate the simplified ratio of 48x, 60x and 30x. And the final ratio that I'll obtain will be 8 is to 10 is to 5, in which the profit will be divided at the end of the year. Okay. So the correct answer of this question will be option D. So option D, yes, 8 is to 5 is to 10, sorry, 8 is to 10 is to 5 is the correct answer for question number 1. Done? So that was question number 1. Let's move on to question number 2. Now, question says that a trader sold his goods at half the list price and thus lost 25%. If he had sold on the listed price, then find his profit percentage. Now, you can solve this question like in two ways. One way is you can start by assuming the list price of the article. then calculating the selling price, and from selling price you can calculate the cost price. The other way around is you can start with the cost price, calculate the selling price, and then calculate the list price. Okay, so there are two methods. Now totally up to you whichever method you want to go with. It's completely up to you. Now again, this is a question of not more than 45 seconds. I'll give you more than a minute. Shall I solve correct? So generally, whenever I solve these questions, these type of questions of profit, loss, and discount, so what I do is I start by assuming the cost price. Okay. I could have started by assuming the mark price or the list price as well, but like it does not make any difference. Answer to same ही आना है. Okay. So I'll assume cost price as 100. You can assume it as 1000, 10. You can assume it as a variable as well. Okay. But I believe in a question, if none of the values are given in terms of money, okay, everything is given in terms of percentage, then what you can do is you can assume anything and start by, like you can assume anything which is a constant. So जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे cost price 100 assume किया, मैंने variable assume नहीं किया, तो variable assume करने की जरूरत नहीं है. There is no need to assume it as x or 100x, ठीक है, because everything is given in the question in terms of percentages, right? So cost price मैंने assume कर लिया 100. Now they are saying that there is a loss of 25%. So loss is 25%. If cost price is 100, loss is 25%, then the selling price will be 25% less than the cost price. So I reduce 100 by 25% and I'll obtain the selling price as 75, right? And next thing they are saying that the trader has sold his goods at half the list price. So the selling price is half the list price. List price or mark price, they are absolutely same. Okay. So the mark price here or the list price should be double the selling price. So it will be 75 multiplied by 2. That is 150. Right. Okay. So 150 is the mark price or the list price. Done. So cost price of 100, mark price of 150, and selling price is 75. Okay. Now the question is asking if he had sold on the listed price. If the article is sold at the list price, so this is the list price. If this is also equal to the selling price, then what will be his profit percentage? So cost price is 100, selling price now is 150. So the person is having a profit of 50 rupees over the cost price of 100. Okay, so I can say that the profit percentage will be 50 percentage. So the correct answer should be option B. Okay, so option B is the correct answer for question number 2. That is the correct answer. Okay, let's move on and look at question number 3. Now, question number 3 is based on averages. So read this question carefully and calculate the answer. All right, so one of the students has given the correct answer. Okay, nice. Now the question is the average weight of the first 11 people among 12 people is 85 kg. The weight of the 12th person is 22 kgs more than the average weight of all the 12 people. Then you will have to find out the weight of this 12th person. Now, once again, question which should not take more than 1 minute. ठीक है, 1 minute में आंसर आ जाना चाहिए. Okay, more than 1 minute up. Hello, Sai Babu. Hello. Anybody having any answer? चलिए सॉल्व करें इसको. सॉल्व करते हैं. Now, first of all, I'll assume the average weight of 12 people. Okay, so average of 12 people. Let's say this is equal to A. Now they're saying that the weight of this 12th person, weight of this 12th person is 22 kgs more than the average weight of all the 12 people. So the weight of this person should be equal to A plus 22. Right? So I started by assuming the average of 12 people, which is capital A. Then the weight of this 12th person will be equal to A plus 22 as per given statement. Okay? Now let's look at the first statement. The average weight of first 11 people among 12 people is 85 kgs. So the sum of these 11 people will be equal to 11 multiplied by 85. Okay? This is the sum of the weights of first 11 people. Okay. Now, if I'll add the weight of 12th person, which is A plus 22. So the expression now that I have obtained is the weight of 12 people. Okay. Now, when divided by number of people, that is 12, that should give me the average of 12 people, which I have assumed as capital A. Okay, so this is the equation, this is the relation that I have formed. Now what you have to do is you have to cross multiply, get the value of A and mark the answer. I'll repeat this statement again. Now the average of first 11 people is 85 kgs. So the sum of the weights of these 11 people should be equal to 11 multiplied by 85. Okay, so this is the sum of the weights of 11 people. In this, if I'll add the weight of 12th person, which is A plus 22, okay, then 11 multiplied by 85 plus A plus 22 will give me the sum of the weights of 12 people. Now, when this sum of the weights of 12 people is divided by 12, it will give me the average weight of these 12 people, which is equal to capital A. Okay. Now, simplify and get the value of capital A. Now, upon simplifying, the value of capital A will come out to be 1185 plus 2. 85 plus 2 is 87. So capital A, the value will be 87. Now what do we have to find out? We have to find out the weight of the 12th person. The weight of the 12th person is A plus 22. That is 87 plus 22, which is 109. So 109 will be the correct answer of this question. All right. 109 is the answer. That is option C. And yes, this is the correct answer. Okay. Simple question tha. Once again, it's just that you'll have to understand the way you need to solve this question. Let's move on and look at the next question, question number 4. Now, question number 4 is from average speeds. Amulya Srivastav has given the correct answer for the previous one. Very good. Next, question number 4. Average speeds. On a journey across Bombay, a tourist bus averages 10 km per hour for 20% of the distance, 30 km per hour for 60% of the distance, and 20 km per hour for the rest of the journey. The average speed for the entire journey is equal to which one of the following four options? Yes, any answer for this? Again, it's a very easy question. Another few seconds and then we will start solving this. All right, so Amulya has given an answer. Good. चलिए solve करें. Okay. Now, first of all, let's look at the conventional method of solving this. Okay? And then I'll give you one more method. So, the journey is divided in three parts: 20%, 60%, and then the rest of the journey. So, let's say the total distance is equal to 100 kilometers. Okay? You can assume this distance as x, you can assume this distance as 10, 20, 30. Totally up to you. I'm assuming the total distance as 100 kilometers. Right? Now, the journey is divided in three parts. In the first part, the speed is 10 kilometer per hour and the distance is 20% of the total distance, that is 20 kilometers. In the second journey, the speed is 30 and the distance is 60 kilometers. And in the third part, the speed is 20 and the remaining distance. So 100 में से ये 20 and 60 minus कर दिया, so it will be 20 kilometers. Now, the formula for average speed is equal to the total distance divided by total time taken. Okay. Now I'll also calculate the total time taken for these respective journeys. Now for the first journey, the distance is 20 kilometers and the speed is 10 kilometer per hour. So 20 divided by 10, the time taken will be 2 hours. For the second journey, 60 kilometers divided by 30 kilometer per hour, again time taken will be 2 hours. And for the third part of the journey, 20 divided by 20, that is 1 hour. Okay. So the average speed will be total distance, which is 20 plus 60 plus 20, that is 100 kilometers, divided by the total time taken, which is 2 plus 2 plus 1, 5 kilometers. Okay. So the answer will be 100 divided by 5, that is 20 kilometers per hour. 20 kilometer per hour, option D is the correct answer. Okay. Now, if you want to solve this question logically, understand one thing. For the entire journey, the minimum speed is 10 and the maximum speed is 30. Minimum is 10 and maximum is 30. So the average speed for the entire journey should be somewhere between 10 and 30. आंसर कैनॉट बी 10 और लेस देन 10, आंसर 10 या 10 से कम नहीं हो सकता, आंसर 30 या 30 से ज्यादा नहीं हो सकता. Answer: the average speed has to be somewhere between the minimum speed and the maximum speed throughout the journey. Okay, so it should be between, strictly between 10 and 30. Among the options, there is only one option that is lying between 10 and 30, which is 20 kilometer per hour. Okay, so you could have marked your answer just by looking at the options as well. ठीक है, समझ में आया? Fine. So next time, whenever you are here, whenever you are solving these type of questions, you can you can take care of such things that will save you plenty of time. Okay. Hello, sir. When MBA CD 2024 lectures will start? Sanjana, they will be starting in the month of January. Okay. I believe immediately after that examination, that is immediately after 7th of January, we'll be doing that. This is the logic I used, sir. Okay, Sai Babu, you have used the same logic. Yes, Amulya, your answer was correct. But look at the way you have solved. So if you have used the first method, that is absolutely fine. But it will be better if you understand or if you can apply the second method in some of the cases. Okay, चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Let's have a look at our next question. Question number 5. One second. Okay. Now, this is the question based on time speed distance concept of upstreams and downstreams. Let's see who among you all will give me a correct answer for this. Careful with the question. There are two different rivers that they have used in this question. So river A, the distance traveled by boat downstream in time t is 50% more than the distance traveled by the same boat upstream in the same time. But in river B, the same boat travels a distance of 11 kilometers upstream in 30 minutes. If the speed of river current in river B is 2 kilometer per hour, then what is the speed of stream in river A? The speed of boat in still water is same for both the rivers. Okay, so Sanjana says option D, that is none of these. Okay, no problem, Amulya, if you have not covered this. Now, Sanjana, if you're saying that answer is option D, none of these, so can you tell me what actually is the speed of the stream in river A? So, what is the answer? So, if it is none of these, then what is the value? Please post it in the chat box. Let's see if your calculations are correct or not. This is slightly lengthy question, but should not be taking more than 1.5 minutes to solve such question. All right, let's start discussing. Right now, to start with, I'll be assuming some variables. So, speed of boat, let's say it is x. Speed of river A is y, and speed of river B, let's say it is z. Okay. Now, the speed of boat upstream is speed of boat minus the speed of river, and whenever the boat is going downstream, the net speed will be speed of boat plus the speed of river. Okay. Now I'll start from the second river, river B, and consider this data that I have marked. In river B, the boat travels a distance of 11 kilometers. So distance is 11 kilometers divided by the speed. So speed will be x minus 2. Okay, why x minus 2? Speed upstream will be equal to, or I'll write it in terms of variables. So distance upon x minus z. Speed upstream for river B will be x minus z, right? So the boat is going upstream. So the net speed of boat will be speed of boat minus the speed of stream. And this is given as 30 minutes. 30 minutes when converted in terms of hours will be equal to 1 upon 2. Now the value of z is given as 2 kilometer per hour. So I'll put the value of z and will calculate the value of x. So 22 plus 2, that is 24. The value of x will come out to be 24 kilometers per hour. So I have the value of z as 2, and I also have calculated the value of x as 24 kilometer per hour. Done. Now let's talk about what is happening in river A. Now river A, the distance traveled by boat downstream in time t. So distance traveled by boat downstream, okay, in time t, let's calculate. So distance downstream. So distance is a speed multiplied by time. So speed will be x plus y multiplied by t. Okay. This is equal to 24 plus y multiplied by t. This is distance downstream. And then distance traveled by the same boat upstream in the same time. So upstream time distance kitna hoga? It will be x minus y multiplied by t. That is 24 minus y multiplied by t. Okay. Now the distance traveled by this boat downstream, 24 plus y multiplied by t, this distance is 50% more than the distance traveled by the same boat upstream. 50% more, that means half times zyada hai, that means it will be 3 by 2. I'm sorry, a small correction. So this is t, not 3. T. Okay. So it is 3 by 2 times the distance traveled upstream. So 24 minus y multiplied by t. So t से t cancel हो जाएगा and I'll be able to get the value of y. ठीक है? So t and t get cancelled and then the cross multiplication will happen. So 2 into 24, that is 48, plus 2y is equal to 72 minus 3y. Okay, so 5y is equal to, 1 second. Okay, so 5y is equal to 72 minus 48, that is 24. The value of y comes out to be 4.8. So value of y is 4.8. This is what I have to calculate. So 4.8 is the answer, which is none of the options among A, B or C. So the correct answer for this question should be option D. So option D, 4.8. Yes, Sanjana, your answer was absolutely correct. Okay, right? Okay, so that was question number 5. Let's look at question number 6. Class starting time. So Amulya, today's class started at 3 o'clock. This one is, yes, again, the question of time, speed, distance. Arun, Barun, and Kiranmala started from the same place and travel in the same direction at speeds 30, 40, and 60 km per hour, respectively. Now, Barun starts 2 hours after Arun. If Barun and Kiranmala overtake Arun at the same instant, then how many hours after Arun did Kiranmala start? Okay, no answer up till now. Chaliye, I'll start solving this. Meanwhile, if you can give me the answer. So the speeds, let's say this is the point. The speeds of A, B, and K are 30 km per hour, 40 km per hour, and 60 km per hour. Okay. Right now, I will consider A and B. Okay. Now, B starts 2 hours after A. So B starts 2 hours after A. So A has already started. And in these 2 hours, the distance covered by A will be 2 multiplied by 30. That is 60 kilometers. Okay. So when B started, A is already 60 kilometers ahead. Okay. So now A is at this point and B is at the starting point. And now B will overtake A in some time. Okay. So the time in which B will overtake A will be the distance between them is 60 kilometers divided by the relative speed. So relative speed is 40 minus 30. So B will overtake A in another 6 hours. All right. Okay. So when B will overtake A, A will be at this point. Okay. And A must have traveled for another 6 hours. Right? So 6 multiplied by the speed of A, 6 multiplied by 30 will be 180 kilometers. So the total distance at which A and B will meet from the starting point will be 240 kilometers. Done? Okay? Now A and B will meet at a point which is 240 kilometers from the starting point. Now they're saying that if K also overtake A, if Kiranmala also overtakes Arun at this point and at the same time. Okay, so Kiranmala will cover this 240 kilometers in how much time? So time taken by Kiranmala is 240 divided by 60, that is 4 hours. Okay, now Kiranmala will take 4 hours and Arun has taken a total of 8 hours. So I can say that Kiranmala must have started 4 hours after Arun so that Kiranmala will take Arun at the same time when Barun has overtaken Arun. So the correct answer of this question should be option C, that is 4 hours. And once again, Sanjaya, you have given the correct answer. So question number 6, option C, 4 is the correct answer. Let's move on and look at the next question, question number 7. Now, question number 7 is a very easy question. So just quickly solve it and post your answer. Vishesh travels by car from Shimla to Chandigarh at a speed of 90 and he comes back at a speed of 60. If he covers the total distance in 9 hours, find the distance between Shimla and Chandigarh. Okay. So I will assume that the distance between Shimla and Chandigarh is D. Okay. So first of all, from Shimla to Chandigarh, time taken will be distance upon speed. And then from Chandigarh to Shimla, the time taken is D upon 60. Now the total time taken is 9 hours. Solve the equation and get your answer. Okay. So if I take the LCM is 180, 2D plus 3D, and that is equal to 9. So 536. So the value of D will be equal to 36 multiplied by 9, and that is 324. So 324 kilometers, option D is the correct answer. Okay, चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Next question, question number 8. नहीं हिमू, मेरे को बिल्कुल भी बुरा नहीं लगता यार. So you're asking me how मैं कैसा टीचर हूँ. सो आई डोंट वरी एट ऑल. आई हैव नो प्रॉब्लम irrespective of the number of students who are watching the session. Okay, so if you'll go back and look at the number of views of my sessions on this channel, so there have been lots of videos, okay, in which the number of views is more than 10,000. There have been videos in which number of views is more than 50,000, and there are some sessions in which the number of views is even more than 1 lakh. Okay, so it totally, like, I am not at all bothered with the number of students. Even if one student is watching my session, I'm happy. Okay, so thank you. You are worried about the number of views, okay? But don't worry, it's absolutely fine, irrespective of the number of students who are watching my session. Chaliye, question number 8 on your screen, my dear friends. Yes, yes, Himu. I, as a faculty, yes, I have written CAT this year. 2023 में मैंने CAT दिया था, बिल्कुल दिया था. Like, instead of focusing on such things, it will be better for yourself if you'll solve these questions. ठीक है? चलो. So question number 8. A train travels 60% faster than a car. Both start from the point A at the same time and reach point B at the same time. Now speeds are different. How can they start and reach at the same time? कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. Now the distance is given as 160, but it is also given that on its way the train stops for 20 minutes. So now it's clear the train has stopped for 20 minutes. The speed of train is faster, higher than the speed of car. Okay, so now you'll have to find out the speed of the train. Himu, again, I'm telling you that you should not be bothered about the percentile that we are scoring, the faculty members are scoring. Okay, you should be bothered about your percentile that you will score in your CAT examination. Okay, so let's begin solving this. Okay, चलो start करते हैं. Now there are two objects here, train and a car. So I'll start by assuming the speeds. So speed of train is 60% more than the speed of car. So I'll start by assuming the speed of car as 5x and the speed of train 60% faster. Percentages है 60%, 60% is 3 by 5. So that is why I've assumed the speed of car as a multiple of 5. ठीक है? So speed of car 5x, speed of train will become 8x, 60% more than the speed of car. Okay. Now they both started from the same point and they reached at the same time. The distance is 160 kilometers. So time taken by train is equal to 160 distance upon speed of train. Okay. That is 20 upon x, and time taken by car will be equal to distance upon the speed of car. Okay, that is 32 upon x. Now, on its way, the train has stopped for 20 minutes. That means train has actually taken 20 minutes less than car to travel the same distance. So the difference between the time, that means time taken by car minus time taken by train, should be equal to 20 minutes. 20 minutes in terms of hours will be 1 by 3. So this will be equal to 1 by 3. And now from here, you can calculate the value of x. Okay. So 32 upon x minus 20 upon x, that is 12 upon x is equal to 1 upon 3. Okay. So the value of x will be equal to 36. X ka value 36 aa gaya. Now what do we have to find out? We'll have to find out the speed of train. Now speed of train is 8x, that is 8 multiplied by 36, and that will be your answer. 8 multiplied by 36 will be 288 kilometers per hour. So the correct answer here will be option D, right? Okay. Yes, this is the correct answer. So